We've had a lot of requests for getting some of our Minkenry t-shirts, and the ones that we had originally that I was wearing weren't really available to the public. It was just some things that we made online, especially for us. So since the people have been asking so much where they can get a t-shirt, where you can get a t-shirt, we've finally gotten together with a company and we've made them available officially to the public. So these are the t-shirts we've designed. We've got two different kinds. We've got Minkenry and we've got the Mink Man. Same with the hats. We've got Minkenry and the Mink Man, whichever one you want. We've got both available. You know, I just really want to say thank you guys for your subscription and loyalty to watching my channel. Over these years, I've saved the revenue and that I've gotten from YouTube and I've put it aside. And I just said, you know what? I'm not going to spend any of this on me until I've spent a big portion of it on my mink. So thanks to you guys and your loyal watching of my videos, and those of you who've donated to Patreon. I really appreciate you, and you've made it possible that we're now going to make this new amazing mink sanctuary. So we're in the process right now. We're closing first part of January. We'll be closing on a beautiful property where we're going to build some amazing mink enclosures. We're going to dig them full-on ponds and little creeks that we're going to set up for the mink, so they'll have a natural setup in my own backyard essentially. So on our own property, we'll have our own ponds and a beautiful setup for the mink, and they'll have big, spacious enclosures. So I'm really excited to show you guys what we're going to be building, and it's all made possible through you guys. So really appreciate your loyal subscription to my channel, and those of you who've donated to Patreon. And so these hats and shirts that we're going to be making available, the proceeds that come from that will also go towards building these amazing mink enclosures. So really appreciate all that you guys have done. You know, if you want to buy a hat or shirt, just follow the link on the page down at the bottom of the subscription. We'll leave a link to where you could purchase a hat and shirt. And I'm so excited to show you guys the amazing enclosures we're going to build for our mink. It's really exciting. So stay tuned. We'll show you a lot more. Appreciate you.
Wouldn't they fall off in there? Wouldn't it be better if they had... Wow! That piece is yummy! You look at that!
I want the tame one to come, or one of the domestic ones to come up so we can touch it.
I didn't expect that. Do you want to pet it?
So this is a domestic duck. People a lot of times get ducks and think they'd be cool pets, and then they realize they grow up to be stinky and loud and dig up their grass, so they come and dump them at the park. Pretty sure it's illegal. Either way, these whether it's illegal or not, these ducks, these domestic ducks, cause problems because they crossbreed with the wild ducks and create these hybrids that don't survive very well. Domestic ducks, they can't fly. If you look, its wings are kind of small in comparison to its body, and their big fat frames make it so they can't even fly. So survival for these guys isn't very great. If we were to have a real harsh cold snap and the lake was to freeze over, these guys would be literally sitting ducks for predators. But because of the water, they can survive. They can swim away or dive under the water if a hawk comes, or if a dog comes, or a coyote comes. But if this lake was to freeze over, they'd be toast. Any raccoon, mink, fox, hawk, anything that comes by could just pick them off. So it's pretty sad that people do that. They just dump their pets. But, you know, what can you do? You want to see the duck? You want to hold it? Whoa, whoa, it's fluffing. Oh, stop. It's a ducky?
Yeah, ducky.
Do you like the ducky?
Look, it's a ducky.
Yeah, it's a ducky. When I was a little kid, I used to do this all the time. I would, it was my favorite thing to do. I'd come feed the ducks and then catch them.
So ducky, say goodbye. Goodbye, ducky.
Yeah, look at all those hybrids.
So you see how those ducks, some of those ducks are smaller and more athletic, but they have unnatural colors. Those are hybrids, most likely. They're a cross between wild and furrow released domestic ducks. Most domestic ducks come from the mallard species, so they can freely breed with these wilds, but they don't survive quite as well, and it's not good for the population to have these inferior genes added. But as you can see, they can fly, so they're not as helpless as a pure domestic, but they lack some of the survival abilities of a pure wild. Olive, don't chase them. Yeah, don't chase the duckies. It's a ducky.
Here's a ducky.
Yeah.
Here's a ducky.